computer can go. No, it's fine. It's all good. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Let's go. I don't know exactly when it's going to go live, so we're just going to be really happy and joyful. All right. Hello, beautiful souls. Thank you all so much for joining me here in this space today. We are practicing utilizing a new service with our YouTube and all the things. So really grateful to be able to share this space with you all, and looking forward to being able to celebrate bringing in the end of 2022 together here in this beautiful collective space. And I'm also very lucky and grateful to be able to be sharing this amazing special Friday Night Tarot and Chill with my dear friend Jen. And I'm so amazingly excited to be able to share the messages for tonight. So as always, we will get started with a little bit of gratitude. And I just really wanted to start today off by sharing my gratitude for this space for Tarot and Chill. This is something that we created in the Cove to be able to help build and foster connection, and to be able to inspire others to want to develop their connection with spirit, to have a safe space to do so. And so I always love, and I'm always so grateful for Amanda for being such a beautiful teacher and friend and support, and for always offering that safe space for everyone who wants to join and offer tarot messages or spirit oracle messages. But I just wanted to share, you guys are always welcome to join in if you are just wanting to vibe and hang out in the space. Offer wisdom from your heart. Everyone has the gift of offering wisdom, and this space is open to anyone who feels called. So that's my gratitude for the week. And so I will pass the talking stick. But first, let me welcome anybody who is on camera and would like to share a little bit of a hello. Today we are joined by the amazing Amanda, and we have, of course, the lovely Jen. And then we also have our beautiful sister Flash. And we are graced today with Kelly the Lamb. And we are all going to be just chilling and hanging. So if you want to chill and join us today on the live stream, please feel free to click the link in my, what happened? In my Discord server and join us. So with that, I'm going to pass the talking stick along and let everybody else share their gratitude.
So this week, I'm grateful for all of the lessons that we've had with Yule and with the winter solstice this last little while. I'm grateful for family, grateful for soul family, grateful for this space. I'm just grateful for all of the energies that come with the end of the year and the rest period that we're having, as well as kind of the tie-up energy that we're in right now to basically leave everything that's meant to stay in 2022 in 2022. So that's all my gratitude for today.
Hey, I am so grateful for so many things. Should I step in your frame?
I think so.
Hi. I can put the tablet down. Okay. Hi. I am grateful for so many things. I'm grateful for this community. I'm grateful for this one here. That is such a light and a beacon for all of us, I know. I'm grateful for everyone that I've met through the Cove. And in 2022, I feel like we've become even more of a soul family together. I compare where we were. I think we all knew each other and were doing things together and meeting together this time last year, but it seemed like we really grew together as a family unit this past year. And I'm just so thankful for that, because through my spiritual awakening that I had in 2020, part of that, or because of it, or I don't know, but I lost all relationships except my husband. And I mean, it was a very, very difficult period. And I feel like the only way that I survived that period in my life was because I found you guys in Soul Family. And you can't put a price tag on that. And my heart is so full right now. I just can't wait to see what we're grateful for this time next year, what 2023 has in store for all of us. So thank you, and I look forward to our journey together.
Yay. Thank you, Jen. Sorry, guys. We're improvising this week because we're playing, right? Everything is always practice. So we're playing, and thank you guys for playing with us. And yeah, anybody else want to share their gratitude?
Yeah, I do. Namaste, everyone. Namaste. I just like the gratitude that I have to have you all as family, even though I may not, I've seen some of you before. I've been around and seen some of Kristen's live streams. I'd never have come on, but this is just so beautiful. And one thing is that source energy is coming through us all right now. That's what's really going to be about, is that source energy is coming through, bringing us all to this 5D love and light reality that we're all going into. And I'm just so grateful to have like a place to be able to share that, because you know, the world is turmoil some days and it's hard. It's so hard. But we have these bubbles, these little echo chamber bubbles that are perfect for us to be able to love and to be able to share everything with one another. And that's what this is about, is getting more people on board with that, getting us all to be able to have a shift and just know that we are loved. We are loved fully and unconditionally, no matter what here. We are just unconditional love and no judgment, nothing. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
I love that, Kelly. Rippling that unconditional love is so important.
I'm doing the love stage.
Yes.
You guys are all so sweet. I'm like trying not to choke up here. Oh my gosh, I feel like I get so emotional in these spaces, more so than anywhere else in my life these days. I just want to echo all the gratitude that's already been shared here. Like looking at my screen right now at all these beautiful souls that are just like, I'm going through a period of insecurity in my life. And so to be in a space like this right now, and just be reminded of like how accepted, you know, and how fun we can just have, like, it doesn't have to be a big presentation. I don't have to put on, you know, I can be a little melancholy, but then still have fun and be myself and know that you all see me. And I really appreciate that. So I'm so grateful to be in this space with you all, because it's been a minute. And I am really looking forward to deepening the connections that we've created over this year, and then welcoming new connections and getting to know more souls along the way. So thank you.
Oh goodness. Leia is so serious about the love in the room right now. She's just telling everybody about it. She says it's just only not fair because we're not all here to like share that love physically together, but listen, this is the next best thing, and I am forever grateful. So yeah, sweet. Thank you all for being here. Do we want to just do a little guided meditation to start to get ourselves in our heart spaces and just share whatever we have in our hearts for today. I would love to hear everyone's reflections or thoughts on what 2022 meant to you, or how it affected you, or just your overall like takeaway from 2022. And then we can talk maybe a little bit about what we'd like to see for 2023. But yeah, let's do a little meditation first. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay. All right. So for those of you that would like to join in,
What happened?
Leah, would you like to join in?
I think so.
Feel free to allow yourself to find a comfortable position. And we're going to begin. I actually really invite you guys to begin just by kind of like wiggling your booty and take it what it is. Okay. Just kind of give yourself a little wiggle. Get in your seat. Okay. Allow your shoulders to kind of wiggle with you. Leia, we're going to go outside. You can go right now. Go ahead. Go outside. Leia's not fully in on board. Okay, so anyways, that's okay. She'll be okay. Just
In the rain?
I mean, no, she won't.
She's a husky. She'll be okay.
She'll be okay. She won't stay out forever.
Okay.
Just till she gets a little bit of love. Okay, anyways, it's all good. Like I said, we're all practicing. Did we all wiggle our butts yet? That's the real question. Okay, now we're gonna wiggle our shoulders. Let's squish them up to. Let's just do like little circles with them. Let ourselves just kind of get in your body. Maybe do like a little S wiggle now with your shoulders and your booty. Okay, now we're gonna just shake our hands. Shake them up, shake them down, shake them all the way around. And we're just gonna, let's just reach our hands all the way up to the sky. Reach them. Let's take a big breath in. And then bring them down. And just place them in your lap or wherever is comfortable for you. And as you feel called, allow yourself to straighten your spine and find a comfortable position within your seat. We'll begin today by taking a gentle breath in and release. Another breath in and release. Dropping your shoulders, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. And taking another gentle breath in. And release. I'm inviting you to imagine a beautiful lotus flower unfolding on the crown of your head. And imagining this beautiful lotus flower drinking in a silver energy pouring from the heavens above directly into the center of your lotus flower. And moving the silver energy through the crown of your head and into the third eye, moving down through the throat. With each breath you take, allowing the silver energy to expand, allowing the energy to move freely in each chakra, moving through the heart, down through the solar plexus, into the sacral, in the center of the tummy, and feeling this warm, loving silver energy, igniting your passion, your creative life force energy, and settling at the base of the spine, at the root center, with another breath in. And release. Connecting now with the base of your spine and your pelvic floor. Bringing in all of your energy into the pelvic floor. Breathing in, and on the exhale, imagining all of your roots at the base of your spine stretching down into the earth. And with each breath, your roots may grow stronger and deeper into the layers of rock and clay, until your beautiful, strong roots reach all the way down to the core of the earth. And allowing these roots to connect with Mother Gaia at the core of the earth in a gentle hug. Breathing the love of Gaia back up to the body at the base of the spine with another gentle breath in. And release. And just inviting you to take a few more breaths within your own space, allowing this energy to circle from above, within, and below, connecting back within your heart center, remembering the unconditional love that flows from within this space. And before we bring ourselves back to our bodies, we're going to imagine this unconditional love in our heart centers, rippling and expanding and vibrating within our bodies, moving through to our fingers and our toes, to the outside of our bodies, filling the room that we're in, expanding through the homes and the buildings all around us, allowing this unconditional love to ripple over your city, your state, your country, until this unconditional love has rippled all over the world. So whenever you're ready, you can bring your awareness back into your body with another gentle breath in and release. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, wiggling your knees and your nose. Opening your eyes whenever you feel ready. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'm so grateful to be here. I do have some messages. I have literally one card from a deck, and then I think I'm gonna pass it and we'll share. I think whoever feels called to share at least a starter message, and then after we've all shared once, we can go around and share a little bit about our 2022 and just our overall takeaway or what our thoughts are on it. I think that sounds good. So, okay, to start, I pulled the 7 of Fire. It says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. I love this energy. This energy really feels like what I want to embody moving into 2023, because this isn't so much a defensive energy. This isn't a I need to defend why I'm doing this or that, or I need to understand why I'm this way, or I need others to understand why I do this or that, but rather just understanding that you knowing that it's what you're supposed to do or meant to do and doing it is beautiful. It's perfect. It is standing up for your beliefs. So it's coming about this thought process of standing up for your beliefs, but in a much gentler way, in a more authentic way. It's less coming from that standpoint of like the wounded inner child and more from that like independent young adult. And so almost I feel like this is almost an energy that really is calling in like your whoever you were whenever you really first found your independence, that like cocky confidence of like, you know what, I can do anything in the world and I'm gonna do it, and nothing's gonna necessarily stand my way, but at the same time you have no idea at all how or what, and you have all of these like fears that you're just not going to talk about. But now you have the wisdom and you understand the fears, and so it's like that even those things can't necessarily hold you down or hold you back. And so there's no rush, there's no like sense of urgency, but there is, because it's like this calling from within your soul to say it's time to stand your ground and show what it is that you've been showing up for, and doing so in a way that is defending your beliefs and that is defending what you want to see expand in your life, but in a way that is honoring you and honoring how you have gotten there. And then the other card that I got is the play card. And I think this is perfect because this is being able to utilize the energy of play walking into the new year, having this embodiment of I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. I'm going to do what I believe, but I'm going to do so with an energy of play. Like I'm going to have fun while I do what I want to do. I'm not going to just do it. It's like, I don't know if you guys listen to affirmation videos. I love affirmation videos. It's one of my favorite things, especially when I'm having a funk and I'm feeling like stuck in whatever. Like I can put an affirmation video on and it can walk me out of anything. But I've been noticing lately that the affirmation videos, it's like, I am happy. I am peaceful. I am joyous. That doesn't sound really happy or joyous or peaceful. It just doesn't. Like, don't get me wrong, it settles and it goes well for me, but it's just like, no, I want to say I am happy. I am joyful, so it's just a different attitude, I guess, but doing it authentically and with the attitude and love of play. And then the last card that I will pass, is the old ghost cards, and it came in reverse. I'd really like to read this one from the book because this is a new card for me. I've never seen this one, or I have, but I've never read from the book. So let's see. Old ghosts, it says, everyone's past holds someone who left a deep mark, either for good or bad, but who slipped away or vanished. Looking over our shoulder, we still glimpse them in our memories. Is Cara Morgan looking back with longing or resentment? Which knows that it's not good to carry around either sentiment forever. To finally be free of them, our choice is to either draw a mental line under the person and move on, or seek some kind of reconciliation and conclusion. In reverse, it says, see how the tree restrains a mysterious stone head, almost as if denying it. Is it almost as if denying it? Is it a figure from the past, or is it an issue that it desperately needs to be confronted and resolved? Time can magnify things, allowing people and places to take on a mythic status. The longer we avoid them, in the end, they become something they are not. But don't let this convince you that they are unchallengeable titans. I'm going to read that again because I really struggled. And I want to understand. So it's in reverse. It says, see how the tree restrains the mysterious stone head, almost as if denying it. So almost as though the tree is like pushing the stone head out. Is it a figure from the past? So like, is it something that's haunting you from, that you've been carrying with you? Or is it an issue that is desperately needing to be confronted and resolved? So is this an old ghost, or is this something that actually is new that needs to be looked at now? Time can magnify things, allowing people and places to take on a mythic status the longer we avoid them. In the end, they become something they are not, but don't let this convince you they are unchallengeable titans. Okay, so this is like this is like when you know something's going on or something's not right or something's like, something needs to be changed and you're like, yeah, that needs to be changed. I need to do that. And I'm going to do that, maybe to do a couple things. And you're like not avoiding it or not denying the fact that it exists, but you're also not quite fully confronting it and allowing it to be resolved. And all this is saying is that in the end, you may be making it a bigger problem than it needs to be by not just dealing with it. It's like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good example, but they're giving me far too many. It's like you can only solve so many problems at once. So just do the things that you can do. And if you've done what you can do, then let the rest of it rest. But if there's something that's in front of you that's a problem that you can do something about and you're choosing to not do something about, this is your sign to say, hey, it's time to do something about it. Whatever you can do, don't judge, don't like hate yourself or be mad at yourself or tell yourself you got to do this or that, but just be like, hey, okay, I see this thing. We need to make some changes or we need to make some adjustments. Yeah. So that's my message. That's all I have to share. And I'm going to pass the talking stick along to whoever also feels called to share. Thank you.
So I just got one card. It's number 42. And it says, what did we lose? So in this card, there's this monster there, and then there's a young girl. They're both looking into this basket that kind of looks empty, but it's not. So the message that I got from this is that it's time to take stock of what you have and what you've been through, and realize that even if there's things that you need to leave behind so that you're not carrying extra weight into the next year, those aren't things that are lost. Those are things that are no longer going to assist you. So they're dead weight, and they're just things that you need to remove from the basket so that you have more room for new things in the new year, and so that you're not going into the new year with this heavy weight. So even though this time of year does feel heavy for some people, it's not so much going over what went wrong, because nothing went wrong. Everything's just lessons. It's going over what we need to bring into the new year and only taking those things with us. So any lessons that we learned, any wisdom that we gained, take those things with us, leave those things in the basket, leave everything else behind. So relationships that are still fruitful and joyous, those come with us. Relationships that aren't, get left behind. And so on and so on. So it's just taking stock of everything right now and realizing what we still need and what we don't. That's it.
If I can jump in, sorry, Kristen.
No.
Just want to get right behind those messages. Yeah, especially there's so much that you said, Amanda, too. You mentioned like this dead weight, and there is this kind of like micro death that's going on as we transition into this new year right now. And that we are carrying this like core identity of ourselves that we have really built this whole infrastructure of our reality on. And we've spent the last few years, but particularly this last year, like you talked about, Kristen, just really understanding that and acknowledging it, but then letting those other aspects of it go. And like that is what we're stepping into. And there's it's normal to have fear with that, because it's the fear of letting go and loss, but this goes so deep because this is such an integral part of who we created our identity around. And so it is really an important piece for us to acknowledge that fear is there. The more you acknowledge it and just sit with it, then the easier it'll be to move through it. The card that I pulled says stand up and fight, which I also really echoed the messages of be where you are now and acknowledge. And I wish I could show the pictures. There's all of this animal spirit on here. We have horse, wolf, bear, fox, panther, spider, snake, frog, bird, just like and even dragonfly on there. Like it's amazing. There's, heart-shaped stones in this card. And it's just acknowledging that like you're here now. Be with yourself. That fear is there, but that fear is what drives us to push through and become the people that we need to be and stand up and fight for what we feel like we have oppressed within ourselves, and where we see that oppression's happening elsewhere or just injustice out in the world. So the only other cards I pulled were change, ambition, and confidence. And while it doesn't feel like that's what we have a lot of right now, it's what we're stepping into.
Yes, thank you so much, Flash. That was gorgeous. I love I know it's so cliche, guys, but I love the image of the phoenix. Because it's like, it doesn't matter how many times the phoenix dies, they will be reborn, and it's like the same as you. Like, you are an infinite soul that is capable of limitless things, and you must die time and time again in order to fully be reborn into who you are destined to be. Not even who you're meant to be or who you want to be, but like who you are destined to be. You came here for a purpose, for a reason, for a thing that you were so, your being was so just like aligned with it. It was like, yeah, I'm going to come into physical form and do that, and the more that we break, the more that we build back stronger into that. And so I find a lot of hope in that. So thank you, Flash. And also, we didn't say hi, Lala. Hi, Lala. I don't think I even saw you join.
Hi, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be taroting much, but I'm definitely down to chill tonight. So it's lovely to see everyone. And I'm happy that we get to spend some time before the new year and like reflect on everything. And, I hope we will get to like set intentions probably. I feel the cards are probably going to point us in that direction of like what's to come. But hi, everyone.
Yes, Lala, you missed my little spiel before we got started, but I really don't even know that I want tonight to be totally about the cards. Like, I want it to be more about the chill and being together. So I'm grateful to see you. I love your face. I mean, I love more than just your face, but yes.
I love you too. And I love that you're at Jen's house. Hi, Jen.
Yes. Jen had to step out, but yes, Jen and I are having an amazing time. We're focusing. We're Jen and I
she's down on the bottom of the screen, actually, waiting.
Is she? Hi, Jen. Yes, Jen and I are working on putting together some really amazing things for 2023, and we will be sharing lots of great stuff with you guys in the upcoming year. So we're really, really excited, and it's going to be really beautiful. So yes, we'll share that later. But for now, we're still in 2022, and we're going to wrap it up with a bang and lots of love. So yeah. Did anybody else have any collective? Did anybody else that did not pull a card yet that wanted to pull one before we can go around and start sharing our thoughts on 2022? I'm gonna pull you up on screen so I can see you all. No, we're good. Okay. Well, then
I don't have a card to share, but I just want to like echo kind of like what you guys are saying too. Like I've been reflecting a lot about this year and like the lessons learned, and like I think what Amanda said, like what I want to take with me and what I want to leave behind. It's been kind of a big theme for me this last couple of weeks, because I'm really like starting to reflect like on the successes really that happened this year too, not just the disappointments, but the disappointments that led up to the successes, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. I don't remember who now I was talking about earlier, but I was like, I had such big plans for 2022. I don't know if you guys know this, but like when that New Year's Eve stroke hit on 2022, I was like, this is my year. I'm going to grow up and it's going to be it. You guys, I have not hit more like speed bumps and lessons and life things and changes. Moved twice this year. Like it's just been, no, not what I planned. Not what I planned at all. But I'm so, so grateful because everything that I did not plan happened beautifully. Like I'm so, so grateful for the things that did not go to plan because they just helped me learn. Helped me learn how to cope, with things not going my way or going the way that I want them to, or the way that I plan. You put so much effort into something. And I've also gained a lot of like, just in general acceptance for the way things are. It's like life happens every single day. We wake up, we do our routine, whatever it is, and we go about our chores, our tasks, our checklist, and we interact with people however we must and however we choose, and we go about our days. It gets monotonous. It does the things that it must do every single day. But this year I've really gained a appreciation for being able to choose what that is and being able to make changes where I see I would like to have changes in my life, and also being able to fall back on those. Like when I started the year off, I was doing really good. I was running 5 miles a week and I felt amazing about it. I haven't ran in like 3 months. So, it's like, but I'm not holding judgment over my journey. I'm honoring where I'm at. And so that's, I think, something that has been probably the biggest for 2022 is really just being able to say, you know what? I see where I want to go and I see how to get there, but I'm honoring where I am and I'm going to learn whatever I can from it. So that way I can move forward, hopefully a little less weighed down and maybe a little more inspired. That would be great. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Well, and Kristen, like, think about all our past tarot and chills. Like recently, there's been this theme of like embracing the seasons of our life, right? Like literally we're in a season of winter, but we're getting ready, soon after the new year, we'll be going into the spring. So like I feel like every season has its own lessons, and it's okay to slow down and, be in that season of your life and not have to always be checking off all the boxes.
Oh my gosh, to be okay with a box unchecked, 2022.
Powerful, Lala. I don't know if I possess that power.
Well, it might be a little bit more difficult for type A type people that like to check the boxes, but maybe it's like taking the pressure off of the boxes, like all the things we have to do, but being okay, like Kristen said, being okay with things being undone and understanding that we're always in the process of growth and development and change.
Right. Like we are humans, y'all. We are meant to grow. We are literally meant to grow here. So, if you're having a hard time with it, you're just part of the human race, my friend. That's what we are all doing. We're all learning, we're all growing. And sometimes it's harder. And I also feel like 2022 has been a huge year of understanding that it is okay to ask for help. And it's actually kind of magical when you ask for help, because when you're struggling with something and you're like being silent and you're dealing with it in your own space and your own self, but then somebody else who's gone through that or who is going through that or might have wisdom on that, and you offer that for them to connect with you, to be like, hey, I know you've gone through this, or I've been through this, or maybe you didn't know, but then they have the space to share that. It's healing for that person to be able to see, wow, I've come pretty far because I'm not, in this place of this being devastating. And in fact, I can even offer how I got out of it to this person. And then, 2 lives have been changed for you being brave enough to reach out for help, to ask for help. It's almost like, and this is a little extremist of me, but like I almost feel like it's almost kind of selfish to not reach out for help, because like I'm not giving the people in my life the opportunity to be there for me, who love me and want to be there for me. And so anyways, that was also a big theme of 2022, was learning how to be able to truly have authentic connection of give and take, and it not being a reward system, so to speak, or a, needs the, a tally like this and that. So yeah, 2022 is a really good year for that. So does anybody else want to share their thoughts on growth for their what their big 2022 year was?
So the theme of this year for me was, let's see how far back the bow can be pulled. And it's just been like this entire year of lessons, but being comfortable with myself and being comfortable in my own skin and finding that peace and that balance and learning how to say no and actually enjoying saying no now. I say no a lot. But I had the same thing. It hit New Year's of this year, and I was like, yep, this is going to be a big year. All my manifestations are going to come in. I'm going to be traveling all year, and I'm going to have all this income, and just everything that I wrote down is all coming in this year, and this is going to be my year. Yeah, none of that happened. And the universe was like, yeah, bet. And just gave me lesson after lesson after lesson. And I appreciate all of it because I needed all of them. But it's been a giant year of forcing me to slow down and look at myself and really see where I needed to change and I needed to grow so that I'm in the right headspace to actually receive everything that I've been calling in, instead of just being like, okay, it's mine, give it to me, let's go. No, I have to do work first. You can't just like say, okay, let's have it, because it doesn't work that way as much as we want it to. But that's been my year. So although I may be jinxing myself saying it, 2023 feels different. I've already got stuff in place where it's going to be different. And it's very scary. And it feels like a whole lot of steps backwards, but it's a whole lot of steps backwards in order to throw myself forward. So that's where we're at now.
Oh, I was literally going to say, it does feel like it's oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm having deja vu right now, because it feels like what we did was we were like, yeah, I'm going to play Monopoly without reading the instructions first. And maybe I've got a bunch of great things, but I don't know what to do with them. And so we had to stop playing the game and clear the board and read the instructions. And now we can start play again, but like do it well this time. So
yeah, exactly.
What I was going to say is, I feel like 2022 was actually like a series of steps that we were completing but not knowing we are completing, like to set us up for next year. Like, you don't realize that you actually did complete the goal, or like some steps to like, that you're going to need in the future, right? So maybe it was a simple thing, like you signed up to create a website, right? Like, or you, whatever it is, whatever it is for you, if you started walking or whatever it is, the little things, even if they don't seem like it at the time, they add up. And now next year, I feel like we're going to be like just putting all the puzzle pieces together.
That's what I was gonna, it dovetails very nicely to my main takeaway from 2022. I feel like I learned some very basic fundamentals of how life works. Let me put it this way. I think I unlearned some programming that I've bought into for 50 something years. And something that seems very basic to probably a majority of the population, something like how to do happiness. I learned that this year. It took me this long to figure out that that I am the only one that control my happiness, and that to look for it in someone else is a fallacy. And and the converse of that, which is just as important, that it's not my responsibility to make others happy. It's their responsibility. And just that in and of itself, if nothing else happened in 2022, that would have been enough. But I also learned to lessen my reliance on external validation. And that has been the key to an immense amount of freedom, and has helped me I'm not going to say I'm no longer motivated by fear, but I've lessened the amount of which I'm motivated by fear. And, and that led to the discovery of, hey, I now understand why I'm no longer a type A person, because I've lost my freaking motivation because I'm healing.
Because the universe forced you to heal, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly what you were saying, Lala. It's almost like I was completing a series of fundamental building blocks, relearning, the foundation for a healthy relationship with me, myself, and I. And that's just I have more joy and happiness on more days than not now. And my circumstances really haven't changed that much, but it's my perspective and my gratitude. And it's just, again, all these things, these lessons that seems like we talk about together and we learn together, and it just really rang home with me, landed a lot this year, and I'm just so grateful for it. And so I think that's my main takeaway for 2022 is gratitude at learning some of the basics, some of the fundamentals that hopefully will set me up with a good foundation on which to build upon them in 2023.
Yes, girl, sing it.
Yes.
I feel that.
I feel like, Jen, that hit so hard that you said I lost my motivation. I feel like we could have a whole discussion topic about losing our motivation, because whenever we're being motivated by our fear and we're working to deconstruct our fear, and then you lose that fear and you lose that motivation, then you're now trying to have your motivation come from a place of passion and joy and contentment, which is something we are not conditioned or taught how to do at all. So holding space for each other to learn how to do that has been really great. So thank you all for being such amazing space holders and facilitators, and being able to just hold each other up and support one another in our many levels of growth and learning who we are and what it is that all entails. So yeah, love that.
I just feel like there's so many different versions of ourselves of myself that I'm like learning and unlocking and like discovering. And this year I've just been curious about things, like questioning, okay, my emotions or my thoughts, like, that's interesting. Why am I thinking about that? Or, why am I feeling that certain way? And I feel like it kind of like unlocks a different, not to say like multiple personality or whatever, but like we have different personalities for, I don't know, different I don't know where I'm going with it, but you
I know
guys,
where you're going. I know where you're going with it. You are a multidimensional being. Within you, you have multiple dimensional realities happening all at once, and you're tapping into those and being able to understand it and integrate it into your physical and express it easier without it being like multiple personalities where it's overwhelming or maybe potentially keeping you from being able to express the way you want, but rather being able to understand yourself and how you express. So it's like the opposite. But anyways, yes, I totally got where you were going.
yes, what she said, exactly that.
Okay.
Thank you,
I
Kristen.
did pull 2 more cards from my Oracle. What is this? The dream reading cards. And Amanda, I know you got a new Oracle deck as well. I would love to see what comes from that as well. And if anybody else has any more collective cards, we can do. And then I think what we should do next is, yes, I think it would be amazing to see not so much setting intentions for 2023, but really affirming to ourselves what we will see for ourselves in 2023, and affirming how we will continue our growth and what that can look like for us. So but
I love that. Like, not saying what I want to, but what will.
yes.
It's like, even just saying that is affirming. It will happen.
Yes. And saying it in a way that's not
in here too. Sorry.
Yeah.
I should have jumped in sooner. I think this is part of my lesson going into 2023 is timing. As always. But I just wanted to share some of my lessons from 2022 as well. And I really feel a lot of what you all are saying, so I don't need to repeat everything that's been said with that, but I just also want to recognize that for me, I really resonate with how I thought I was going into 2022. We had such big plans, so many big plans, and immediately it was immediately by February it was not happening. But what amazingly happened is that everything I did ask for, in the essence of it, came to me over the course of the year. The essence of those things I was looking for came to me over time through a lot of hard work, putting myself in very uncomfortable situations, exhausting myself, going out of the house more than I like to because I'm a hermit. And here, I've built something and it's, continue to cultivate that. And so I kind of resonate with what Lala's talking about, recognizing those wins and how the year has really taught us those lessons. And yes, it is the same thing too, though, where all of those have created this foundation. And then we do have to go back and just clear the whole game board. And there's, again, it's that death of this core identity. And I feel like that's that personality too, of trying to understand which identity is this core self of mine. And of course it's all of them and it's none of them. And it's every cliche that there is out there, but being able to take that step back regularly, I feel like that process is happening faster. I feel like I'm able to oscillate more quickly, recognize, oh, why am I feeling this? Okay, it could be these reasons. And I think just the other thing that I really wanted to say is that not being motivated by fear, Jen talking about that is such a big one. And for me, that also means realizing that I'm still going to feel fear. I don't have to be motivated by it, but I'm still going to feel it. And that's okay. I don't have to get past it. And that's kind of this big lesson I'm carrying. So thank you for letting me share.
Oh my gosh, no, of course. Flash, I'm so sorry. I don't have you guys all in. The Zoom is weird today because of my setup, so I can't see everybody. So if you have not shared yet and you have something in your heart, please speak up and share always. And it's okay if you repeat, because sometimes we need to hear the same thing a few times. What was I imagining? Okay, whenever you said clear the board, and I was like, okay, over Christmas, I was playing cards with my family and it was just Rummikub. It was really cool and vibe. It was chill and everybody was having a good time. I was actually winning. I was doing a great job. I was feeling real good about it. And then dinner was ready. It was time to clean up the game. And we were one move away from winning. One move. And I did not want to clean up the game. I was like, we can't just finish the game. And literally everybody else was like, eat.
Mhm.
Let's eat. It's time to eat. It's just a game, Kristen. And I had a moment. I was so upset. I was just like, no, I'm literally 1 minute, like, just let me play and then I win and then it's over. But it was just like, it's not a big deal. Just put it away and go eat, So it's kind of the same, I think, for
I think that's a
like,
great summation of this year, right? We
Yeah.
are like here, we're 1 move away. We have to go put it away and eat now.
Yep.
I
And
love that analogy so much. And it does feel like, the different seasons of our life. It's like, okay, well, gotta put this part of my lifestyle away and start a different one now, apparently.
beautiful. It's like when things just don't go the way we plan, we just get to learn a little bit more about how they're meant to be. So yes. All right, this one. Do we want this? Because I thought this went pretty perfectly with what we're chatting about anyways. It says card number 29, journey. And then it also is card number 48, which is manifest. I don't know why, but this looks like Taylor Swift to me. It just does. So maybe that's something that can resonate with you guys. It's also 919 on my clock. So the message about what we have moving forward, what we have going into the next part of our journey, is being able to see that we truly do have an open path before us. And at any point, we are the ones directing how fast and how far we go along that path. And if at any point your journey or your path is no longer in resonance with you, then it is okay for you to stop. And it's also okay if you are on your journey and you feel like where you're supposed to be, but you feel like you're in an abyss and you're floating in the middle of nowhere and you have no idea where you're going or where it is. But you just continue to trust and you just continue to keep going and you listen to spirit and you trust your inner guidance. And if you don't know how to trust your inner guidance, you start building that and learning what that looks like and how you can do that. And most of the time, I'm going to tell you, I've learned by trusting my inner guidance by making mistakes and learning how, anyway. So journey, you are on your journey. Your life is your journey. But it's time to take a new route. It's time to take a new path. It's time to believe in it's time to believe in the role that you play in the life that you live. I know people say it all the time. It's almost cliche, like you're the main character of your story. But quite literally, my friend, you really are the main character, and treat yourself as such. You're not the side character. You're not the main character's best friend. You're not the husband of the main character. You're not the mom of, you're not you are the person driving the seat each and every day. And so it's just to empower you. But also we have the manifest card. And I don't know if it's be Taylor Swift, because like I grew up, Taylor Swift's the same age as me. And like she was in high school, we graduated at the same time. And so it was just like to see her journey grow to me felt like she must have something special about her. Like something about her must be different than everybody else for her to be able to become this person, because I thought I was pretty good at singing or whatever. And like, I didn't become famous, so I must not be special, right? No. Taylor Swift, no offense, Taylor, I love you dearly, but Taylor Swift is no more special than everyone else in this world. Everybody is just as special. Taylor Swift is no bigger or less or anything, but Taylor Swift believed in herself. She did not give up on herself. She did not let the haters keep her from going. She didn't let the demons inside her head overwhelm.
She shook it off. Sorry,
She shook it off. Yes, she shook it off. That's the same. Like, I don't even know why it has to be Taylor Swift, because honestly, I'm a little with Taylor right now. But anyways, yeah, no, manifest the dream that you want to live, and it can be as simple as just freaking believing in yourself. What is it? That girl is on fire. Every day you are on fire. Let yourself be. And if you don't feel like you're on fire, that's okay. Let yourself be. Like, let it be a not on fire day, but just appreciate your path and your journey for what it is, because it's always going to be evolving and flowing. But at the end of the day, having that belief, having that trust, seeing it for yourself and not giving up. Like, I was also watching a documentary of Lizzo, and she was going on about how she just always believed. She never stopped. She never let like things got hard. She got into her head, and it was easy to say, oh, I'm the overweight girl, or nobody's going to want to see me do that, or I can't, this, but she believed, and she's changed millions of lives by doing that. And I think sometimes we get this like pressure on ourselves of like, oh, my mission's big and I'm going to affect all these people and everybody, spirit keeps all these things. And it's like, yeah, but do you really think Lizzo woke up one day and was like, I'm just going to be a pop star that like helps women feel confident about their bodies and sings beautifully to be supporting women? Do you think she just woke up one day and was like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm here to do? No, she probably started off just like we all do, which is singing her songs from her heart, feeling passionately about things, and things change. Things happen in ways you don't understand, you don't see, but they just do, and you have to trust. And then the other card that came with this, and then I'm done, is games. And I just think it's kind of funny because we were just talking about games and playing games and how we're kind of like in the game of life and starting over. So, not that you shouldn't take life seriously, but I really feel like the vibe of the message is just like, treat it like a game. You know the rules. In fact, Lala actually knows a lot of the rules quite specifically on how to play this game and manifesting and attracting and doing the things,
Yep.
so just play it. Yeah, just play it like you would a game. Don't let the fear come in and tell you, oh, you don't know all the inner secrets of how to get,
That's what sabotages. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all. That's the message.
Kristen, can you do you have the book on the one with the open road? Can you read that one?
Yeah, the journey one. Yeah, for sure. Yes. Yeah, I love this book. These cards are really great because it's like it's supposed to really connect you with like your life as a waking conscious state. Like your life is a dream that you are awake and aware, and you are able to affect. And so I love this card because it helps bring in symbolisms and all kinds of stuff. So let's see what the book says. Journey. This is the one you were talking about, right?
Yes.
Okay. It says, do things in a different way. Take a new route. Believe your life is only part of one long journey. Be prepared for adventure. Do not be satisfied with the stories that come before you. Unfold your own myth. You are about to embark on inner and outer journeys. Prepare for adventure. The destination is not evident, but you are getting ready for the next phase of your life. Be prepared for an eventful traveling experience and risk getting lost or taking the scenic route with the full knowledge that you will reach your destination one way or another. It could be that you are about to take a trip to a faraway land. Haha, I actually am. Or new horizons are opening up for you. Launch yourself into the experience and explore all possibilities. It is a time of expansion for you when you are ready to try something different. Step out of your comfort zone. Adventure means taking some risk, but without it, life can stagnate. Drive the long way home. Travel to places that excite your imagination. Go on an inner journey and explore ways that bring you closer to your spiritual self. Experiment with pushing yourself outside your normal boundaries and learn to access the divine with the new practices. Drum with the women's circle, meditate, take up yoga, attend healing classes, draw angels, chant, smudge sage sticks, build a garden, make mud bricks, and build your retreat. Listen to music for the soul. Do not hurry a journey. It's not a road trip. It is to be experienced slowly as it unfolds, and it will reveal your destination.
Wow, that was like a perfect summation of everything that we just were talking about. Like snaps for spirit, for being on point as always.
Yeah. Hear that. Hear that.
So I'm super excited about the cards that I pulled because First two cards I pulled. Spirals of Manifestation. And Dream a Beautiful Dream.
What deck is this? That's beautiful.
It is my new deck, Sacred Rebels.
Ooh.
So I'm not going to read the book on these ones. It's just like secondary confirmation on your entire message that we're currently manifesting our dreams and to just continue what we're doing on that. However, the third card I pulled is Softly, Softly, the Tender Touch, which I am going to read the book on that.
Whoa. Can
Yeah,
you hold that closer?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I love these cards.
I love that headpiece and how it's like transformed into sacred geometry. Like, what?
Yeah. And I have a headpiece that's almost exactly like this, which is kind of funny. All right, so let me grab the book on that one. Next one. Okay. So it says, the feminine wisdom of gentleness can assist you now. When we are at the point in life where we want to attain greater things, but don't necessarily have a proportionally greater supply of energy at our disposal, it's time to work smarter rather than harder. This is the way of feminine wisdom. However, a cultural ignorance of the feminine way currently prevails. We're generally taught that the more force we use, the more we try to make things happen, the more we will achieve. The feminine way is not about force, nor is it about driving, striving, pushing, or grabbing at what we can in order to create. It's about inviting what we wish for to come into our space we have provided for it, internally and in our lives. This method cultivates more energy, causes less stress, and attracts what is desired. It is manifestation by invitation rather than by will or force. There's an old story that the sun and the wind were debating about who was more powerful. After boasting about their prowess, they made a wager. A man walked down the street with a coat on. The wind and the sun decided that whomever could force the coat off the man was the more powerful. The wind began demonstrating its impressive power. It blew and blew and caught underneath the coat, pulling it and nearly ripping it right off the man. But the man wrapped his coat around him more tightly to protect himself against the force of the wind. Eventually, perhaps temporarily out of puff, the wind gave up. The sun took over. He shone down, becoming brighter and brighter until the man slipped off his coat, slung it over his shoulder, and walked down the street, quite possibly wondering what was happening with the weather that day. The wind attempted to do by force what the sun was able to do by being. You're being asked to surrender your forcefulness, your determination, and your intense activity, even if it's just for this moment. Does this mean that you have to surrender the goals you were chasing throughout those endeavors? Certainly not. This is not about letting go of achievement. It's about understanding the process of manifestation in a more intelligent way. There's a way of creating that gives you energy and does not leave you utterly worn out. It's about allowing what you want to come to you. Be yourself absolutely, naturally, and with ease. Shine your light and allow your presence to invite that which you wish to receive. It's about cultivating an energetic affinity with what you seek, rather than feeling of lack and need. Do you see the subtle but important difference? To feel that you're already a naturally abundant being who gratefully invites more of what you want into your life is rather different to feeling lack, fear, and wishing your world would change. It's a bit like dressing for the job you want, even if it's not yet the job you have. You energetically embody what you wish to attract more of into your life. Like attracts like. This oracle brings you a message. You don't need to push quite so hard to receive what is naturally coming to you. Your push comes from a place of uncertainty over whether or not you will succeed. You need to relax and have more faith in yourself. All things come in time, rightfully and according to a great loving wisdom. You're not immune to this. You shall have your time and shine too. Rebel against any voice of fear within you or around you that tells you otherwise. It's okay to become softer, to feel the energy of what you wish to attract into your life, and to act as much as you can as though it's already that way. You're not fantasizing or daydreaming or failing to live in the real world if you do this. You're actually working with the feminine art of manifestation through gentle beingness and attraction. As you soften into becoming what you're seeking, what you wish for will not be able to resist your shining, inviting presence. This oracle also comes with a special message that you've been working very, very hard. You've learned much and accomplished much, but now's the time to change your approach. Let go of any force in your approach to creation now. Everything serves a purpose, and learning the benefits and limitations of the more forceful way of manifestation through effort and willpower was a useful lesson. However, if you were to continue with that approach, it would stop working for you, because you're now beginning to create a far grander scale that's beyond what an individual can manifest through willpower alone. You're individually creating through healing and art, but also contributing globally to a new consciousness through your own spiritual growth. You're part of a global healing manifestation process. You are, through your way of being in the world, helping to birth a new awareness. This new way will heal the human heart and bring it back into balance with nature. This is essential for the human soul to survive, flourish, and to cooperatively nurture the earth rather than destroy her natural resources. You may or may not be consciously aware of the extent to which this new way of manifesting through receiving rather than taking can actually help all of humanity, but nonetheless, it is playing an important role in the greater human evolution. It is the power of attraction, of magnetism, rather than of striving and force, that will replenish your energy and restore your body, mind, and heart after you struggle. This change in approach will encourage the shift from head to heart that is essential for your individual well-being and for the greater human evolution. You need to heal so that you can help the world to heal. Does this give you absolute permission now in your own mind to take an easier approach to your sacred, rebellious, creative manifestation? There is a healing process if you guys want to do it, so I'll read that out to you. So say aloud, I shine like the sun, radiant with grace, and all that I desire comes to me according to perfect timing. I relax, believe, and receive through unconditional love. This is now so. That's it.
Man, that was amazing.
That was
amazing.
deep. That was like, again, like another, like, just echoing everything, just a summary of every single thing. And it's amazing that, like, I need to get that deck for my own, like, law of attraction coaching purposes, because that is like basically the process. Like Kristen said, the rules of the game, that, like, that card tells you exactly every step that you need to take in order to, but it's not to steps. It's more about relaxing about it, more about receiving, being in the receiving mode, because and trusting that it will come, and that the having faith that it will manifest, and like dressing the part. All of that is law of attraction 101, or kind of advanced a little bit, but the allowing part is the most important part about getting the manifestation, whatever that is for you. Love that.
It's funny, I guess image I was seeing in my mind was whenever I started painting abstract art, I made a mess. I didn't plan what I was doing. I didn't even look at my colors. I would just grab a canvas and I would go crazy. I didn't care. I just genuinely didn't care what it looked like when it was done. If I thought it was good or bad or whatever, I just wanted to express in a way that I had never expressed before. And now that I've been creating abstract paintings for years, they are not, it's not my style, but spirit's showing me in my mind, maybe I can go learn something about being able to go back to that. Like, I just want to paint to paint. I just want to create to create. Like, the purpose, the meaning, the effect will have its effect that it's meant to have, regardless of, like, not regardless of, because what you do matters, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the big scheme of things, the people that it's meant to affect are going to be who are affected. And so it's not so much for you to worry about, am I doing this thing just exactly rightly so that way it can be that, but rather it's more important, I feel like, at least going into 2023, that we allow ourselves to just come from our heart centers. And if we're doing something, that we are doing it because it's something we are passionate about. And because we're passionate about it, we're going to do it times 10, and let it be. If it's not resonating with you and you're not passionate about it, then you're doing it times 0. Like, you're not doing it at all because you're just done with it. And now you have space and time to do the things that do resonate. So, let yourself get messy, play, have fun. Enjoy the ride, because it's a journey. That's for sure. I also had like a random weird vision of, like, I have the king of or who is this? The Knight of Pentacles hanging out here. And Amanda, while you were reading that card, I was like seeing the 5 of Pentacles, which in this deck, it's a guy holding all of his coins. And he's like, my coins, my precious, like, nobody touch my coins. If I even move, my coins will disappear. And that's the energy that maybe we had in 2022 of, like, I've done all these things, I worked really hard for these things, and they're going to grow, and I'm going to do. And now we're going to be in this energy of, no, I have my things, and I'm abundant, and it is what it is, and it will come to me. And like, well, really is that mindset of acceptance.
The guy holding the coins is like when the wind was blowing the coat and they held it tighter.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, Kristen.
Yes.
Can we do a DM and DF 22 prediction? Not prediction, but like energy.
I'm here. I'm so here for it. Yes, but at the end, when we're done,
yes.
with us, because we fill our cups first, right? And then
yes, because Amanda was talking about the feminine energy too. I just feel like that is a theme of, has been, at least in my life this year, the planning and the emotional, part of the process is the visualization, the meditating on it, the feeling of having it, the, like Flash was saying, the essence of it. Whatever, it doesn't always look like what we think it's going to look like, but we are getting a version of something that we want. But it's always in a state of, like, we're always going to be wanting more or better, or it's just the nature of expansion, right? We always want to expand more and more and more, or be and do other things. But I don't know, I kind of lost my train of thought, but I really resonated with all of that.
And I don't know, I kind of had to step away, but I wanted to also mention, like, every year I choose a word going into the next year that I kind of want to carry with me and what I hope will encompass. And one year was authentic self. And I always get tested, like, the most that, with these words. And this past year was faith for me. And it's like every which way faith could have manifested and been tested within myself, within the world, like within just my household. Like, it has been this journey of faith for me this year. And so going into next year, my word I'm choosing is integrate or create. I haven't decided which, but integrate's been coming up for me a lot. So I feel like I'm being pushed that way as well. And so it's like that echo of what we're carrying forward is going to be, the essence of it will be given to us, but of course we have to go through the journey to get there. We have to go through the labyrinth, we have to go through the gauntlet to finally get that essence, and it will never look like we thought it would, but it'll feel good at the end, sort of, maybe.
I love the
have any-
concept of the labyrinth. Like I just had a visual of that concept as like your soul's journey, like you're going through this maze and you don't know what's going to be around the corner and you don't know if it's the right way and you don't know what's going to be, a scary thing we're going to come across in that path if we choose that way in the labyrinth or I don't know. I love that concept. So
Yeah, that's another mentor of mine works with that visualization, and I can share his information at some point. But yeah, that one's been resonating a lot, and I think that the collective in general is really approaching this labyrinth visualization as we go into this next year.
What if instead of picking one word, you do integrate to create?
Ooh, that's a nice, okay. I like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hold that one. Because the other thing I'm doing right now too is since Christmas, these next 12 days of Christmas, I'm pulling one tarot card each day that gives me like a viewpoint for each month of this coming year. And so I'm what, 5 days in now? I don't know. So yeah, they're always like one word as well. I like integrate to create.
my mantra is going to be manifestations by invitation, because that like blew my mind when that card said that. I was like, what? Because that is the process of allowing to invite it in.
I love that. I think my I always do an affirmation for myself. So my affirmation is that I'm affirming freedom of expression, like genuinely freedom of expression. I love that. So that's mine. I'll share. That's it.
Mine for this year is my voice holds power.
Beautiful.
It does, Amanda. I'm excited to see where that one takes you.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen, freedom of expression. I just got visualizations of your art, and I'm excited to see more of your art that will come however you feel called. But I'm excited. I see it.
Yay. I'm a mixed media artist. I do a lot of art, like different stuff. And I've always had these dreams of doing, like including all of like many different things I like into kind of one piece. So we'll see. But yes, no, I love that. Freedom of expression. I think too, like there's the other side of the coin of it is freedom of expression in like how I speak and who I speak and how I hold myself, like freedom to express my emotions. I've worked a lot this past year to be able to understand how to express anger freely, safely, in a healthy way. And so I feel like because I've gained this better understanding, I want to be able to hold more space for myself to say, you know what, it's okay to have these feelings, and let's express them in ways that are good. And I think that's why art is such a beautiful way, because it's like with poetry or with a painting or a spoken word or a photo, whatever it may be, like the artist, the creator had emotion and intentions and thoughts and feelings that went into this to come out into this piece. And then the next person that experiences this photo, this poem, whatever it may be, it's going to touch that person and help them connect with their emotions in their own ways. And so that's what it's like, what I was saying earlier. It's like we don't even realize sometimes the power that we hold in just being able to be and to just do. It's like the little things that you do that you may not even think about, they ripple in this world. They ripple so brightly. So just don't ever underestimate the power of your voice and your actions and your thoughts and what you do and your intentions. Even your intentions are so powerful. So yeah, I don't know. I think I went off on a side tangent there. My bad.
No, totally. Because I didn't know we were like saying our affirmations right now, but like mine would be kind of integrating some of what you guys have said. So I allow myself to express myself in whatever way I need to show up for myself in whatever season I'm in.
Yes. That was the feminine wisdom that came through. That was like, in society, we tend to subdue the feminine wisdom because we work on schedules, right? 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, 40-hour work weeks. You do this, and that's the very masculine way to do things, because that's the way to get things done, right? But I definitely feel like we're shifting into this, trusting the feminine energy of, I have a set task of goals that need to be completed in this month, and I'll work when I need to work and I'll rest when I need to rest, but all the goals will be done by the end of the month. And that's just as productive. That's just as good. That's just as beautiful as your Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 work week, Anyways, anybody else have any affirmations that they would like to share for their 2022, 2023 transition?
No, but I'm sorry if I jumped the gun on that. Like, again, I think timing, but it's also kind of reflective of that being in this season and just expressing myself in a free way, I suppose.
No, there's no wrong way to tarot and chill. This is what everybody needs to just understand. There's no wrong way to do it. We win every week. We show up. Did you show up? Oh, you're a winner. Rock star. Keep going.
Honestly, I love that this is like half tarot, half end of the year podcast at the moment.
Yes, it kind of feels like the podcast, right? That we used to do. All of us on Zoom.
New Year's Eve, right?
Yes, we won't be doing an actual New Year's Eve podcast this year because Kristen's hanging out with Jen at IRL and we're gonna go bowling. So
that's fun.
But I'm gonna miss you guys so much. Like, genuinely, I love starting the new year off with you all. So maybe we can do a Zoom call in the Discord and from the bowling, and we can just all like, yeah, woo, New Year. I don't know. We'll see. No promises made.
Or New Year's Day.
That's true. There is always New Year's Day.
Just throwing that out there. I'm always down to tarot and chill. Well, it's just more chilling. The messages are great, but you guys, I guess another lesson or thing that I'm taking away from 2022 is the importance of community and soul, family connections. I feel like you guys are soul family. I feel like I've known you somehow, some for lifetimes. And it's destined for us to have met in whatever weird way we all, met each other. Probably most of us from Paradigm Shift, but even that was you were attracted to that vibration and these people in your life, and the power of our, collective knowingness of everybody, connecting together eventually. I don't know. It's just so powerful, and I get emotional about it because I don't have that in my normal everyday life, So if I can share things and laugh with people and people who get me, that was my big takeaway is I didn't realize how important that was and how much I needed, kind of like what Kristen said, to reach out to people and, especially people who will be there for you. So thank you guys for being there for me this year. I love all of you.
I'm so proud of you all. I know it's kind of silly, but genuinely, I'm so freaking proud of you guys. We have grown, not just within the last year, but then all the time that we've known each other. It is looking at a brand new person in the deepest soul kind of way. I know you all in my heart and my soul, but you have evolved so much just since the time we all have. This is just not you, this is me too. We've all evolved and we've all grown, and I love you all. Cherish the connections that we share, and I think for me it's the most important is the inspiration you guys share in the world. that every time I see you and we connect, I'm reminded that there is this hope in this world, that there is this light that is being shared, that there are other humans that, think and expand and grow. And I think that it's so important in the world to be able to have people that get you in whatever way they get you. Maybe, nobody's ever going to understand you like whole all the way around, but just, to be able to connect and understand and say, I see me in you and I honor that part of you because I honor that part of me. And I think the other important part is being able to see where we've been mirrors for each other, where maybe I didn't honor that part of me and I saw it in you, and maybe that triggered me and maybe that upset me and maybe I acted a certain way. But all of us have held space for each other in those spaces, even to be like, you know what? Maybe we're not getting along right now. Maybe I don't like what you said. Maybe I don't resonate with that, but I'm going to hold space for us to understand each other better. And maybe we can, grow and just understand that we're different, but still grow in love with one another. So thank you all for being divine, like truly divine, genuine reflections of love in this world. And I mean that for everybody in the chat and everybody that's watching on the replay. We may not interact directly in the same way as everybody in the Zoom, but trust me, your ripples are felt and they have a huge effect in this world. So don't underestimate yourself ever. Yeah, I know we did I don't know what else. For 2022, I feel complete. And moving into 2023, I'm going to affirm also that in everything I do, may it come from a place of love and may it ripple out love, because at the end of the day, love is really all that matters. Your anger, your fear, your frustration, your hopes, your joys, all of that stuff is beautiful and great and evolving. But love is like the glue that connects us all, that sticky goodness that's just like needed. So yeah, Amanda, I see you.
I just thought of a word for 2023.
What's that?
50.
What?
Authenticity.
Okay, I thought you said sticky, and I was like, I don't want a sticky 2023.
No.
I love that. Authenticity. That's fantastic.
I thought she said receipts. I was like, what?
I heard pixie. I heard pixie. It's like,
I'm glad everyone got a different word for that because
What was the actual word?
authenticity.
Yes, good one.
All right, my beautiful, amazing soul sisters and soul family, brothers, and everybody in between. I want to just encourage you that before you go to bed on New Year's Eve, that you light a candle for yourself, for your path, for your journey, and just let it be a space for you to sit and not. It doesn't have to be anything other than that. Just let it be. Honor yourself in whatever way works best for you. But I just want to encourage that. And then I do have a message. Actually, this is going to be a different divine feminine, divine masculine check-in reading, because this came out different than I think I've ever done it before, but we are going to share that. But before I move on to that, does anyone else have any final things that they would like to share? We could share tips and tricks for the new year, what we like to do, what we want to see. Does anybody have anything on their heart that they want to offer for the collective?
Just a tips and trick that kind of like I want to try to embody more of is setting myself up by doing certain things. Like so a little side note, but I have ADHD, and so sometimes I lose track of the things that I'm doing. So I'll go into another room and I'll forget what I'm doing, right? So what I've been trying to do is just set myself up to remember to do the task if I have to leave it. So I'll gather the things that I need, maybe to clean the bathroom, and put them in the bathroom. Maybe I'm not going to clean the bathroom right now, but when I go to clean the bathroom, I'm going to have them there. And then I can just clean the bathroom next time I go to the bathroom, probably, And then the pile of, whatever's on the table, putting it in a basket and putting it in the room that it goes in, just like simple little things that kind of like set you up for success. And that's just like a kind of thing that I'm trying to do for myself, but it feels more easy than like being so harsh on myself that like, oh, you didn't finish that. Well, no, I actually put it there on purpose because I was gonna do it later, but I put my supplies there first. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that helps
My
somebody.
sister brought up something similar like that too, of just like, even if you want to start doing yoga, but you have a hard time just like putting your yoga mat out and just standing on the yoga mat. And at least you've gotten there, like do that every day. But I got the message to drink tea. I think that's for me. And the other thing I'm doing is I really love this like hashtag of 1,000 hours outdoors. So I'm gonna set this goal. It's gonna be 365 because that's 1 hour every day outdoors, and then we'll move up to 500 as a family, and then we'll see if we can get to 1,000 in the next year. But I'm like, as many hours outdoors as possible, even if it's just outside on the back porch, like, stick your finger in a pot of dirt, connect with nature, sort of a thing.
Just a okay, I'm not muted. Just a witchy tip. So when you wake up on New Year's Day, as soon as you wake up, make sure you say rabbit, rabbit.
It's 3 times. Rabbits, rabbits, rabbits.
Wait,
Nope,
say what?
like,
I always say it 3 times.
Just rabbit, rabbit.
Rabbit, rabbit.
Rabbit,
yeah.
rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit.
Yeah, so you're supposed to say it on the first day of every month, but the first day of the year is particularly powerful for it. It gives you luck and abundance for that month, but it being the first day of the year, it'll give you luck and abundance for the whole year.
I'm just curious, is there like a reason why it's rabbit?
They're
lucky, right? Lucky rabbit's foot.
Yeah.
Oh,
luck
okay.
and
Well, that
also
makes sense, I guess. I'm just like,
rabbit
why rabbit? Like,
repopulate quickly, so the abundance.
oh, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it multiplies what you're bringing in if you start the month by saying rabbit, rabbit.
Okay. I think of something different when I think of rabbit because I don't know if you guys remember, like a long time ago, the white rabbit, the DM riding on his rabbit.
Yeah, I will never forget that. I will never forget that ever. Like never, ever, ever. I don't know why it sticks out so strongly in my brain, but no. Yeah, the rabbit was pretty serious.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come up as soon as I said it, but it is a really important tip, and like the same thought pattern, they multiply rapidly, so it multiplies your abundance.
I also heard or read something that you're not supposed to do laundry on New Year's Day. I forget why, but it's something about you don't want to bring in your dirty laundry basically into the new year. So do your laundry the night before or the day after New Year's, but not on New Year's.
I like that. I have one tip I'll share. I'll share my secret manifestation tip. I'll credit Master K because this is he taught me. So what you'll do is the night of the 1st and to going in the 31st into the 1st, you're gonna write down, you're gonna 2 glasses. It's important that it is an actual glass, and water, doesn't matter if it's purified or whatever. I like purified, but do what you want to do, the water part. But does need to be water, please. And then you will take a piece of paper, two slips of paper. Normally I just do a square about the size of the bottom of the glass because that's where it's going to go. You're going to write on one slip. It doesn't have to be, it could be a whole page. It doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. Piece of paper, glass, and water. Okay. At one piece of paper, you're going to write what your life is right now, 2022. Okay. And then on the other piece of paper, you're going to write what your life is going to be in 2023. Wow. That light change was cool. I don't know what it is. It's super cool.
What, I don't know why it happened. Okay. Like that,
So
I just like got freaked out for a sec because I was like, what? What? Yeah, I
so
didn't touch it. I swear to you.
so your manifestations are going to be 2022, what it is right now. So it's like, I live in this house, I'm married to this person, I have these, dreams and these goals, and I'm doing these things, and I'm driving this car, and whatever the things are. Okay, write it down. No judgment. Okay, this list is not for judging. This is just for honest facts. All right. And then the 2023 list, you're going to write it the same. I live in this house. I have this car. I'm married to this person. I'm whatever the things are that you're wanting to transition into. So if you want a different house, if you want a different car, whatever, you're going to write those new things down on your piece of paper. And then what you're going to do the night of the 31st, you're going to fill the water and you're going to set it on the cup that is the 2022. And then the day of, when you wake up the next morning, you're going to pour the water from the 2022 cup and pour it into the 2023 cup and let it sit there on the what your 2023 is going to be. So the pieces of paper underneath the cups, and let it sit there for that day. And then at the end of the day, before you go to bed on the first, drink the cup of water that is the 2023 cup. There you go. That's Kristen's little manifestation. So I hope you got that. It was a lot of really weird instructions. But
I love it. Thank you.
Love Spirit Team was all about that. So
yay. And no judgment. That's the important part. Okay.
Well, and there is something too, like that the power of water, like setting your intention in water. So I don't know if you guys have seen that. I'm sure you have, like the crystallized versions of like water where it was spoken with affirmations into it, and then the ones that was spoken to like hateful words and like just whatever, how distorted those images and pictures were, and how the positive affirmations were like crystalline, like perfect snowflakes and stuff. Like, so there is power in that.
That's why I said it's important not to be judgmental, because we don't want to bring our judgments in. We're just affirming what things are going to be for ourselves, and that's it. Sorry, I interrupted somebody.
Oh no, I was just saying more water blessings in 2023.
Yeah, more laughter practice too. Definitely,
Yes.
definitely more laughter practice.
Yes. I'm like, can I just say, Kristen, I miss your giggle so much when you do laughter practice.
I
Like,
miss
we would-
this.
yes. It was contagious. Like your giggle made me giggle so hard out loud, and I loved it. I mean, everybody's laughter practice that did it, but yours was always my favorite.
Well, we're going to be doing much more laughter practice. I feel it in 2023. I do feel it. It's been a wave, yeah, we're getting there, but I'm grateful, and I love laughter. It's the best, and it is contagious, and doing laughter in public places is great, because then people start laughing because they don't know why you're laughing, and better they think you're weird, one of the two. But
What if you laughed into your glass of water?
yes.
Like
Yes. Like dance in the bubbles of the water. All right, fine. Then before you drink your 2023 glass, giggle in it first, and then drink in your intentions for the year. Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to Monday meditations with laughter practice, and me doing it while walking through a park after dropping off the kids, because it freaks people out every single time.
Yes. I know, I keep forgetting yes, no more forgetting. 2022 is the end of the forgetful. 2023 is the beginning of the remembrance, the quantum remembrance, the physical remembrance, the just everyday kind of remembrance. That'd be great too. All right, sisters and brothers and soul family, are we ready to have a final message and wrap up this beautiful space? Does anyone else have any final messages that they would like to share?
No, well, I have to step away. So if I miss the end of this, I'm sending love to you all. Thank you.
Lovely blush. Thank you. I always appreciate you and your beautiful smile.
I had another deck that wanted to talk, but doesn't want to talk anymore. So apparently it's done.
Okay. Well, if it changes its mind, we're here. Okay. So this, like I said, this divine feminine, this divine masculine message, I really think is more focused on the energies of, as opposed to individual persons or relationships. The card that came forward first is and I pulled from 2 decks, so just bear with me here on this, but the Magician card came flying out, and then the Strength in Reverse card came behind it. And what I'm seeing for this, the message for this is that moving into 2023, you are invited to embody this energy of the Magician. That is, I have everything I need. I am capable and worthy of completing it. But with this energy of, I don't need to be the strong one. It's not this hustle culture. It's not this, I'm going to do it by myself and I'm going to bare bones it and bring it up and raise it to the top. But rather, I'm going to do all of those things, but with a certain gentleness about me, with the strength of knowing, of leaning into others, and to seeing how, like the culmination of what we've been talking about is being able to see how you truly are stronger and more able to fulfill those things that you are wanting to do whenever you see the strength in the people around you, and how we can all support one another, because you are not meant, yes, this task may be yours to complete, or this mission may be yours to be had, but it's the collective working together that really brings about the true meaning of whatever the thing is and what it's meant to be. So walking into this next phase of our life with an understanding of who we are, and also understanding what part that plays in the connections to the people around us. So I split the deck. I shuffled around and asked for the divine feminine and the divine masculine, what the overarching theme of 2023 is going to be. And I think these are pretty perfect. I think these work out great. So we'll focus on the divine masculine pile first. Sorry, the divine feminine. It's the divine feminine because the divine feminine is leaning into their divine masculine energy in a way that is actually utilizing that divine masculine to support the divine feminine. It is utilizing that that sacredness, that safety, the space holding that the masculine is capable of doing, but then leaning into that feminine trust of, like, maybe we're going to hold space for some awkward conversation, but then we're not going to talk about it. Like, we're just going to hold space for the awkwardness and let it be and exist and accept the awkwardness. And then, because we're both sitting in that space and we accept the awkwardness, now we can laugh about it and it's no longer awkward and we release it. Okay. So it's like, leaning into that feminine wisdom in the safe space created by the masculine. So feminines, you're going to really be walking into 2023. It's almost like anywhere that you may have felt trapped in the past, you're no longer feeling trapped. You're feeling free to move, but you have not a blindfold, but like a mask along your face that is, so that way you've placed it there. So that way you don't try and do something or guide it, but you're following spirit. You're showing up and you're trusting that inner guidance system. The only thing that comes, with this a little bit is seeing how you may feel, because of that, like, blindfold of, like, I'm moving in trust, but I'm not trying to see where I'm going. You may feel like you fumble on your projects or your tasks or things that you're meant to do, but that's how it's meant to be. Just trust your process. It should not be difficult. Flow with your ease, trust the path of least resistance, and really moving forward, there is no room to not speak your truth, and it is moving forward, being in your confidence and being in your strength, and also seeing where when things begin to, so it's understanding when it's time to take back and go within yourself, but also seeing the importance of knowing that moment when you need to take action and taking the action. So it's like, I'm going to share a really personal example with you guys, but um, I have a really bad habit of, look, we all have things we need to change in our lives about ourselves that we are growing and evolving, right? So I have a few bad habits, so to speak, that I would like to adjust and change. And when I see myself starting to do those same bad habits, like let's say it's procrastination, and I know I have a project I need to work on, but then I'm procrastinating. I can see myself procrastinating. I know I'm procrastinating, but I don't stop procrastinating. I keep doing the other things. So my goal for this new year is when I see myself procrastinating, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take 5 deep breaths. And I'm not going to think in those 5 deep breaths. I'm not going to try to tell myself how to stop procrastinating or how to do the things or whatever. I'm just going to stop in general. I'm going to take 5 solid deep breaths. And then when I'm done, I'm going to keep going, doing whatever I feel called to do. And if I feel called to keep watching that movie or painting that thing or doing whatever it is, then that's where I'm meant to be. But if after those 5 deep breaths, I'm like, you know what, maybe I could go do that thing I've been procrastinating, but I'm going to go do it. But it's creating the space and understanding that it's going with the flow of ease, and also understanding that when that energy comes or when that realization comes of like, I actually do need to do something about this, and I have the energy, I could do it, making the decision to do it in that moment rather than being like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's okay. Anyways, last thing for you, my feminines, and I'm sure you're not going to be surprised because this is kind of a weird message that's been coming in, but you have a new person entering your life, a relationship beginning a new phase, and heightened psychic abilities. So really moving into 2023, expect new opportunities when it comes to relationships, expect new growth when it comes to your own relationship with yourself and your intuition. And then, be ready, because you're entering a whole new phase of your life. You are no longer trapped, and you see that your confidence is growing. So don't be afraid. Do the things you feel called to do, but also trust your inner guidance system that tells you to be quiet and slow down and flow with the seasons, like Lala was so beautifully telling us earlier. And the masculines, your pile is beginning with the Chariot card. I know, again, I think it's appropriate because really masculines, you've been in a place of being inward, of not taking action, of kind of denying yourself your connection to your masculine energy because you were working on it. It was healed. You were coming from a place of wounding. You were taking action based on fear, or you were, whatever the case may be. You've spent time in this past year really growing and understanding that deeper and better about yourself. And so now moving into 2023, you can start taking the action again, and you can start doing so from a healthy place, from a healed place, not from a controlling or, whatever the factors of masculine energy can be, but rather coming from this place of seeing how you understand the steps that you need to take, and you understand the power it needs to take there to get you there, and you're feeling the call. So I feel like this is going to be a theme for you masculines for the whole year, is just going to be like feeling the call to do things and to do so from a healed space. And what's right behind it is abundance in finances and business adventures and important documents and contracts. So it's like, you're taking action, you're bringing in a direct flow of abundance when it comes to money and business. And so really seeing how those actions that you take are going to directly affect that area of your life. You also have the 6 of air, which is really great because that says things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation, taking a trip. So masculines, like I said, you're really moving away from that wounded masculine energy and being almost hesitant or afraid to take action, unsure of what's doing, and rather moving into this dedication and being prepared and ready without that hesitation. So continue to embody this energy of looking up and leaning into that positivity, because you have the 10 of water here, which says the contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and trustworthy relationships. So you've been building and cultivating your understanding of how to have healthy and trustworthy relationships. Now you're calling those in. And You're also calling in the opportunity to have this contented personal life because you're going to be able to do things from an unwounded place, from a healed place. And I almost feel like there's going to be an epiphany for you this year, masculines, that's going to be like, I don't know, like this weight you've been carrying, it's just going to be gone. You're going to feel free of it. And it's like maybe where you in the past, maybe where you let your inner child play and express themselves in the past, that was judged or misunderstood. That's not going to be, you're going to be able to be free and not be misunderstood anymore. Strange side note for any masculines that might have some feminines in their space that don't have the best of intentions, but you also have feminines in your space that have good intentions for you. It's going to be really clear. It's going to be so clear to you other people's intentions. So don't question or doubt that. It is what it is. It's going to be obvious for you. So the only other message for you, my masculines, is get ready for a really strange energy, because you've got the Hermit and the Chariot. So, and it really is a vibe. Like, it really is the vibe of the year. So it's like being called to do the things, but from a contented and integrated place. So honestly, it's funny because it really mirrors the divine feminine energy, and the same thing the feminines are doing, of leaning into their feminine energy of trusting the flow and allowing things to be while holding that masculine space of being able to hold the space. So that's what I got for you guys as far as those two things go. So thank you all so much for being here. I love you all dearly. I'm so grateful. Happy New Year. We'll miss you all tomorrow, but I will be sending love. And like I said, keep an eye out in the Discord. I'm sure we'll be posting and chatting and hyping up the new year with one another. Maybe we can get a hold of Star Soul and see if Star Soul can throw us a disco party. That'd be super cool. But anyways, I'm going to bring everybody up on the screen for anybody that would like to. Does anybody have any final messages, thoughts of love or inspiration that you would like to leave for the collective for today? We all feel whole and complete.
I'm just grateful for this space as always, and the messages always resonate. It just expands on, my own reflections, but I feel like every time I always get some kind of additional epiphanies, lots of them actually. So this has been a good one, both for reflecting and for affirming what we want in the new year. New year is always exciting because it is like, that wiping the slate clean and a fresh start, and it doesn't have to be all, my New Year's resolution or whatever, but you're going to, call in what you want in your life and take inspired action when you feel like it is time to do so. So I love you guys, and I hope you have a happy new year. And I will see you in 2023. And also, Kristen, I also want to call in the doing everything with love in my life as well. Sometimes I can, feel like the people that I don't vibe with, like, or that they just don't get it, or, they don't get me or whatever, can feel hard to send that love to in that moment. But it's definitely something that I want to practice, sending out more intentionally, especially for the difficult moments where I don't necessarily vibe with you, or, agree, or you don't understand what I'm saying, or, or get me. So thank you, and I love you guys. Happy New Year.
We love that. Thank you, Lala. Love you too. Happy New Year, family. Namaste. Have an absolutely beautiful rest of your day. And yeah, we'll catch you out in 2023.